For this version of Plugs and Notices, Monday, March 23rd, it's coming from a buddy of Brendan's. For more than 30 years, the Doe Fund has helped break the devastating cycles of unemployment, homelessness, and incarceration. They are launching a new pilot program, Good Food Works, producing fresh grab-and-go salads for sale at affordable prices throughout New York City, providing jobs to men transitioning back into the workforce. You can help their crowdfunding campaign at ioby.org/project/good-food-works. We will put the link below this video or in the podcast description, as we will for all the links. Maggie writes, this is a plug for my tutoring business, the Buff Tutor Network. Most of our tutors are grad students, adjuncts, teachers, and full-time tutors in STEM fields. This is a good time to get tutors if you can afford to. Obviously, kids having a tough, school from remote. We're starting that around here. It's a madhouse. Buff, BUFF, tutor, TUTOR.com. And Maggie also wants to say happy birthday to her mom with an improvised shofar. We don't have the shofar set up yet, so I'll just... There you go. There's also, Isabel writes in to say, you mentioned some emergency funds on Friday, dancers, musicians, and actors. If you could mention two more, Authors League Fund, Dramatists Guild Foundation. Authors League Fund, Dramatists Guild Foundation. And Hunter writes in, I'm a member of a small DSA chapter in Chico, California, working on a program to help support at-risk communities in Butte County, California. We have a GoFundMe. That is at gofundme.com/F/Butte County Pandemic Mutual Aid. We will put a link, obviously, to that. And there's some, you can read about it in the Chicoer.com, volunteers or organizations preventing isolated people from going hungry, members of the DSA. We will put into the description 3 coronavirus resources links. One is to the coronavirus resource kit. It's a collectivized document that will be updated as more mutual aid projects and resources appear online. The COVID-19 mutual aid and advocacy resources. It's an edible document tree. It's a resource for people looking out for themselves and their communities through personal preparation, collective care, mutual aid advocacy, and the database of localized resources during coronavirus break. We will put links to all of that in the descriptions. And lastly, Brian, who is out of the city, writes about his best friends, Matt and Leslie. They're in Brooklyn. They have 2 restaurants that are struggling called Stocked Brooklyn, the Stocked Cafe. You can check it out at stockedbrooklyn.com, 635 Vanderbilt and 635 Washington. They are delivering, I believe, or they're doing takeout. So check that out, stockedbrooklyn.com. And that is our plugs and notices for today. I tend to be now a day behind on the plugs and notices because we're getting in so many, but you can email us at majorityreporters@gmail.com, put in the subject line plugs and notices, and we will get to them. And eventually we'll get a separate email address for that. We're just gearing up, folks.